Richard the Lionheart wanted nothing to do with England. Richard the Lionheart did not consider himself English. He spoke no English and spent his early years in France. He most certainly did not want to be King of England. In fact, he nearly bankrupted England once he was crowned. Yet he's one of the most famous English monarchs. Richard was born in 1157 to Henry II and Eleanor of Aquitaine. His eldest brother Henry was the heir to the throne. Richard grew up speaking Anglo-Norman French, the language of the elites. He moved to Europe, living in his mother's court in Aquitaine. In 1773, Richard and his brothers rebelled against their father. Eleanor supported them, but Henry II prevailed, sending his wife to prison. His sons were spared after they asked forgiveness. But 10 years later, Richard's brother Henry died. This meant Richard was now the heir to the throne. His father wanted to give Aquitaine to his younger brother John, but Richard wanted to stay the Duke of Aquitaine forever. He went to war against his father, seeking help from the French king. After losing some battles, Henry fell ill and died in 1189. Richard was crowned King of England, but he still had no interest in ruling England. So he decided to go on a crusade to retake Jerusalem from the Muslims. After plundering the treasury, he started selling off royal estate. He sold castles, land, and offices. In less than a year, he had enough funds to raise a fleet and an army. In 1190, the newly crowned king left England for the Holy Land. For 2 years, he fought in various battles, proving himself a capable military leader. The Third Crusade never did manage to recapture Jerusalem, but Richard returned to England triumphant. It took him 2 more years to get back to London. He was captured and imprisoned by his enemies in Europe. After paying the Holy Roman Emperor Henry VI a huge ransom, Richard was released. He staged a second coronation in England to reclaim his authority. But he only spent less than a month there. Soon, he left for Normandy to fight King Philip II, his former ally. For the next 5 years, Richard was at war with Philip. He never returned to England. In the spring of 1199, Richard was laying siege to a castle. A boy shot him with a crossbow bolt. As Richard lay dying, the boy was captured and brought to him. He expected to be executed, but Richard forgave him, saying,
"Live on, and by my bounty behold the light of day."
He ordered the boy to be freed and sent away with 100 shillings. Richard died on April 6th in the arms of his mother. His heart was buried at Rouen in Normandy.